Hey, Mission Pro family. Happy Tuesday. I'm Emily. I'm here with Melanie, and we're getting ready for Don't Stop Me Now. Happy Tuesday. How are you, Melanie?
Happy Tuesday. I'm doing great. I'm very excited. I can't believe oh my God, I think a week and a half away from the next show already. I feel like we just finished. I feel like we just finished Living on the Edge. I don't know how time just like flies by all the time.
Time is flying by, and if you guys didn't catch, Brian, Melanie, and I were on. We did like a little news edition. We have so many updates. We have Mission Pro website is getting updated with new merchandise.
Yep.
The whole schedule of shows. The tickets are on missionprowrestling.net. You can stream it on Title Match Network. All the Salvation Army shows are up there as well, and back in San Antonio. We have so much going on.
So much.
Yeah, I'm so excited because we have so many special guests for On a Mission. We have a special guest for On a Mission tonight, and we have more next week leading into the show. So it's a very exciting time. We get to talk to a lot of these wrestlers that are having their debuts.
Yes, absolutely. And then just for sponsorship news, guys, since we've dropped the tickets for now till the end of the year, which is December 11th, sponsorship is open for the rest of the year. Don't wait until the show date gets closer. Sponsor now, because I know a lot of you guys like to sponsor your favorite wrestler and sponsor a certain match. So you can do that now. I mean, obviously, we don't know what matches are going to happen, but if you maybe perhaps think of someone you'd like to sponsor in the future, or for sure you want to sponsor the title match or the tag team match or something like that, let me know. Get your name in there because they go fast. And also, like I said, tickets are already on sale to the end of the year. And a lot of people have already been messaging me about VIPs, front row and second row. So those are flying off the shelves. So make sure you get them. For August 20th, we are trying to pack the house. Our goal, Brian's goal, is 400 to 500 people, and I want to make that goal happen. So make sure that you like, share, retweet, send, buy tickets for your grandma, your Aunt Susie, your cousin Bill. Bring the whole family and come on down to Mission Pro's Hard Days Night on August 20th when we team up again with Hybrid School of Wrestling, who, if you guys didn't know, they had a fire a couple of weeks ago. The shop next to them caught on fire, so they had a lot of damage to their walls, a lot of damage to the school. They just got back up and running yesterday, so congrats to the whole school and the whole team and the students for everybody pitching in and cleaning up, cleaning the rings, painting the school. It looks great. So big shout out to them, and glad to see you guys back on your feet. So
yeah, I mean that's such a tough thing to go through, especially right now. So that's incredible that they're back training, back with classes and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to go support, go and support Hybrid School of Wrestling. Speaking of tickets for this upcoming show, Brian told us yesterday that the second row VIP, I believe there's only a few left, and they actually might be sold out by now if it was announced last night. So go on to missionprowrestling.net, check out those tickets, and it's a great perk. Like the VIP seats and tickets are a really great deal.
Absolutely,
you get a really special VIP treatment. So go and do that before they go, because they're flying off the shelves here.
Yeah. And also spend your anniversary with us. We got an anniversary couple that are coming down to the show May 14th. They're getting a little anniversary package going. Hopefully the wife isn't watching because it's for her, but they have a little anniversary package that they purchased from us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be my first anniversary we've had at Mission Pro Wrestling. So
nice.
I'm excited.
Are we doing like little chocolate strawberries, like chocolate covered strawberries and like fancy?
I'm not doing chocolate. I'm afraid of the mess, especially if it gets a little warm in the brewery. But we're doing some fun stuff. They're getting some Mission Pro swag. They're getting some goodies. They're getting a little bit behind the scenes tour, a little shout out from their favorite wrestler, some pictures. So it's going to be great, and they're going to have a great time. So
that sounds fun.
I think so.
I was like, I need a special package there.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but I am looking also for a ring skirt sponsor. So if you guys happen to know anybody who wants to be part of the Mission Pro family and sponsor our one side of the ring skirt, email missionprowrestling@gmail.com. There you go. That's my last announcement, Emily. That's
amazing. All right. So many announcements. Remember, if you haven't, get your tickets. Subscribe to Title Match Network and get that subscription before, if you don't have it already, to watch the show. We're going to be live tweeting that day. We're going to have so much fun, as always. We have some incredible matches coming up, including debuts, including our special guest for tonight. Yes. I'm so excited to talk to her again and kind of catch up with her. We've done a bunch of interviews together, so I'm familiar with her. But Melanie, I believe this is the first time you're kind of having a conversation with her, meeting her, and she has such an incredible story. So I'm excited to welcome Billie to On a Mission. Welcome.
Howdy, nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you, pen pal. We all my pen pals from emails, I finally get to talk live and in person, either on here or if we meet up.
Yes, it's so much better, like face to face, kinda.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
That's what was funny at GCW. I ran into everybody and I was like, I'm the person on the email. They're like, oh, hey. I was like, hey, pen pals. It's so fun. It's so fun also watching your journey. I'm a really big fan, so I love watching your journey. How is it though, being so young and being able to compete in GCW, which is what we've seen is so intense. It's such an intense show. I love it so much, but
it's honestly such a great experience. I've loved like the energy I get from GCW. The fans are amazing. And I feel like it's where I've had one of my some of my most important matches for my career, and it's definitely put me on a whole different spectrum.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it definitely has. I mean, I know we've seen GCW shows, we've been there, but describe that energy, and those fans are like none other when you're in that moment in the ring. Can you describe that for me?
It's honestly like a starstruck feeling for me, because it's like, oh my God, all these people are cheering and I'm just doing my normal Saturday routine. And it's honestly great, just the connection you can get with people there. There's a fan named Paula, who I absolutely love. She takes Polaroids with everybody and she's just an absolute sweetheart. And it's just nice to have like that connection with people who genuinely love wrestling, and she's not the only one.
I love that, people don't realize that even though you're going from city to city and promotion to promotion, there are a lot of regular fans that you meet up with and that follow you. Have you seen that in your time when you've been traveling around? And what's the farthest, I guess, you've seen a fan?
Absolutely. That's hard for me to choose. Like, there's so many people that I like bump into randomly, and I'm like, oh my God, you're here? And like, I've seen like some of the GCW fans in New Jersey fly all the way to LA, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so committed to this. I love that, like, your energy and everything you put into wrestling.
That's amazing. I realize, we say independent wrestling, but people put their all into it. And I don't just mean like the wrestlers, the fans as well. Like, just so you're saying, they fly coast to coast. We have, fans of our own that fly from New York to Texas or to LA as well to follow certain wrestlers. And it's always mind boggling to me. I'm like, wow, it's like, you're not doing that for some of the bigger companies. You're doing it for us, and you're doing it for the people on the independents, which is, we appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah, just the support is uncanny, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get a taste of this, but Mission Pro fans, they come from all over the country, all over the world to come to these shows. And we've seen people drive 12, 16, 18 hours to come to our shows, because that's the only way they can get here. And it's just it's so mind boggling for me sometimes and our team to just have that dedication of fans. And you'll experience this energy. You'll experience kind of the fandom that is Mission Pro, and it's amazing.
I'm very excited. I've been like keeping up since it was like first announced, and I was like, "Oh, this is great." So I was watching like stuff on Twitter, and just like everything that I've been seeing has been so wonderful. And then I love actually being at a show live. I uh at Mania weekend left the Airbnb early because I was like, "Oh, I just want to see some women's wrestling, and enjoy the weekend for a bit." So I got to see these women put on a phenomenal show, and I love how organized Mission is, and they kept running smoothly.
I love that. That's what I love hearing. It's like let the wrestlers do their thing, but I love hearing how it's organized because that's me and Emily in the back trying to like I'm
Your
trying to
hard
figure
work is not
out.
seen. Yeah, your hard work is not seen enough. I feel like people don't get enough credit for that because like wrestlers can have their matches and then be phenomenal, but having a show run smoothly is so hard. I have helped with like booking and promoting shows, and like it's a struggle bus sometimes.
Yeah. It is. But you know what? I loved being being there as part of the GCW weekend, the collective weekend.
Mhm.
It was actually my first GCW live. And I was there trying to take sneak peeks from the whole weekend. So I got there early, showed up on Thursday. I went in and try to like, look around, watch the show. Then I went to the midnight show on Friday. I was just like blown away. Just everything was just so incredible. And I was like, man, and now it's like seeing it on TV is one thing, but being there live, yeah, I get it. It's electrifying. The fans are in it. Everybody's just like immersed in the show. It's great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was sold hook, line, and sinker.
I know. I was like, we all had late nights that week because we just wanted to see as much as we could.
My
Yeah.
God, it was insane. I swear my schedule was like, okay, I have to be up by 7. Let's shower. Okay, let's go to all the wrestling shows. Oh, I haven't ate today yet. Let's go get food. Come back to the venue. More wrestling until like 2 a.m. in the morning. Oh, let's
Yeah.
go to sleep. Wake up, repeat again.
Yeah, we went to it was me and Kylan and some others. We went to the midnight show, and we are like, oh man, I just realized we haven't eaten. So we went to go eat. And we're like, okay, let's go to bed. And we're like, oh my god, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, what have we done? Because we had to be up early to be.
Yeah.
I feel like we had to be. I don't remember where we had to be. Maybe it was WrestleCon. I have no idea. But I was like, why are we doing this to ourselves?
Blends together. It just blends together that week. So you mentioned when we were talking about GCW that those were some of the most pivotal like matches for you that have like defined your career so far. Can you talk a little bit about which ones have been so important for you?
Definitely my whole storyline with Charles Mason. It definitely helped me more with like developing as a character and then also having a more aggressive side, especially as like a baby face. And then when I did finally like make my change to my hair and my gear, I did it at GCW at the New Year's show. I always say his name wrong and I'm so sorry. He knows I do this. But freaking Wazowski. I always say, I'm so sorry. He's so good at wrestling too, and I can never say his name right. But that's because my speech is so bad sometimes. But it was on the New Year's JCW show. It was called Dead End. It's on YouTube. It's an amazing show, and I say people should watch it. And then they also let me wrestle Deonna Purrazzo for a second time, and I absolutely love her work. And she's a phenomenal wrestler, and I love everything that she's doing at Impact right now.
Yeah, absolutely. What does it feel like to be so young in the business, yet you're kind of already a little bit of a veteran, aren't you? I mean,
Very
that's kind of
crazy.
it's so crazy. I feel like this is one of the few industries where you can be young and still be a veteran.
Because it's 2018, right? Was your debut, correct? So
Yes, ma'am.
it's only been a few years, but you've done so much.
It's so crazy. I didn't expect to be as far as I am so quickly, but everything happens by chance. Everybody's journey is different. And I absolutely love the journey that I've been on with wrestling. I've been very lucky with all the opportunities I've been given so early on. And it's really helped me grow as a wrestler, just being able to wrestle talent that's been better than me. Like very early on my career, I got to wrestle Sue Young, Jordan Grace, Kylie Ray, which I feel like is one of the most
Yeah.
like important women in independent wrestling. She helped me so much finally understanding wrestling, and it just clicked, and I was like, okay, I get this a little bit more now.
But you also have a really good bond with Alley Catch, right?
Yes, I love her. I've known her since I like started wrestling. I even took pictures of her like before I was a wrestler. I was a photographer for a little bit. And we've like trained very little together, but I love training with her. And she's just a phenomenal human being to be around, even though she's a little bit crazy.
You need a little bit of crazy. That's okay. So you talked a little bit about your journey, but how would you describe the Billie that is a wrestler today versus the first moment when you debuted?
Definitely my like love for wrestling has just grown since then, and I am so much better. I cringe so bad at like every time I watch my first match. My parents just do it as like torture now. They're like, "Oh, you want to watch your first match?" And we'll play it on the TV. And I was like, "Okay, I gotta leave. I'll head out." But I can clearly see like the difference from like when I first started versus who I am now. I'm definitely a lot more mature. I used to be so goofy. I still am. It's the kid in me. I can't let go.
I mean, it's important to have a little silliness. You still like it is important to like be professional and be serious about your business, and because you are a business and you're a wrestler, but it's also like you need to have fun and be silly. If you don't put your love into it and it's not fun anymore, then that's like that's not good either. So.
Yes, I've always said like I love wrestling so much and I never want it to become like a job. This should be like, oh, this is my fun place. Like this is my job, this is my career, but I should always have fun with this because I'm beating the crap out of my body.
Yeah.
So if it's no longer fun, it's no longer worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I always say that, it's got to be fun. It's got to be worth it because you're putting so much time and effort and, and money into it. People don't realize
Yes.
all the money that goes into wrestling, your gear, your hair, your gym memberships, everything, training.
Beer is so expensive, but like it's so worth it just to have like it presents so much of yourself from first looks. Like someone can never see me in the ring, but they can see a promo picture of me and be like, "Oh, that's sick," and not know anything about me.
Yes. How was
Exactly.
it? Yeah. How was it at the beginning of the year though, when you changed personas a little bit? You changed your gear, the hair. I mean, everything kind of changed. What was that like? Did the fans go, wait, what? What's going on?
I honestly got a really good reaction from it because I was contemplating it for so long. I was like, I want to do it, but like, is it the right time?
Right.
And it's like, oh, are people going to take this the right way? And I was very lucky that so many people were so supporting of it and they saw the same vision I did.
Hmm.
Um, and I think it was just the right choice and the right time to do what I wanted to do. Because I think people saw that, like, oh, this is something that's truly me.
Yeah.
And that was able to be shown. So people connected with me even more than they did before.
Oh, that's great. I love that because I think that that's one thing that you always have to worry about as a wrestler is like once you actually change, whether it's your gear, your hair, or something, it's like, how are the fans going to react to it? Because they're so used to seeing you one way in your
Hmm.
pictures and your promos and your matches. And then all of a sudden you switch it up. And they're like, oh, how's it going to take it? But I love that. Um, Now you travel with your parents though, right? And
Hmm.
how is that though when you walk into the locker room? I mean, all this obviously everybody already knows your dad. Everybody loves your dad. He's great. He's an amazing photographer as well. But like, how is that though when you're going? You're like, okay, by the way, I'm bringing my parents are coming or my dad's coming. Was there at first like a hesitation from promotions, or they were like, totally open to it?
So most of the time, it made people more comfortable, especially
Okay,
me still being like underage.
right.
So it was like, hey, I'm bringing a parent with me. I'm always going to have this person taking care of me. You don't have to worry about any problems, they'll get handled. Because like when I first started wrestling, people's biggest fear is like, oh, I don't want to be responsible for this kid. Like, I don't want to see her get hurt. I feel like this is going to be falling back on me. I was like, I'm trained. I'm going to do what I do. I'm a good wrestler. Let me show you. And just to And I feel more comfortable just traveling with my parents because I know I always have someone there for me. Like, if I'm hurt, okay, dad's driving me to the hospital to get me checked out. And like, oh, hey, I need to go get food and I don't want to bother anybody else at the venue. Hey, dad, can you go pick me up some?
I mean, I love how you have such a great support system and that they're here for you for anything really, going on the road with you. And so how has your relationship blossomed with your parents as you've gone on the road? They've seen you do these incredible matches that have been challenging, and people talk about all over social media that you're like breaking down these barriers for someone so young.
Yeah.
It's honestly just made us like stronger. Because like I'm still like a kid, I'm still a jerk sometimes, but being able to like being stuck with your parent for 12 hours on a drive to New Jersey, like constantly, I feel like it made us like more connected because we're stuck talking to each other and entertaining each other. So I feel like I grew like closer to my parents just being able to like have a normal conversation with them. It's not like, hey, go do your chores, go do your homework, oh, I gotta head to work. So like just being able to like learn about them and like them as a kid and like just like more stuff that you didn't know that you truly related to them on. It's just made us like a lot more like I feel more comfortable talking to my parents and being like, hey, this and this, and they're like, oh, let's have a conversation about it. And it's not that, oh, I'm gonna dread this conversation.
I love that. I love it. And how are they ringside? Because on May 14th, you're going against Jazmin Allure, who plays a little dirty. So I'm wondering, are they going to be jumping out of their seat and be like, wait, hold up?
Yeah, like are they going to interfere or like defend you? Like what's happening?
Mouse is just used to the shenanigans at this point. He's like, yeah, it's gonna happen. He's like seen the worst of the worst. I think at one point they teased me getting like stabbed, and he was like, absolutely not. And that was like his breaking point. And we're like, no, Mouse, it's not gonna happen. It's okay.
I love it. So, May 14th, you against Jazmin. Have you been doing your homework on Jazmin? She's got a little bit of reputation at Mission Pro.
I've seen some things. I know the shenanigans and I know what to expect.
Yeah, she's got some backup in the Renegade Twins. You're coming out there. This is your debut, but she's got her chip on her shoulder. She's convinced there's a conspiracy at Mission Pro against her.
Yeah, I mean,
like you got to be having like doing your homework, checking her out, figuring out how to get her by herself, make sure that the Renegades aren't out there to help her out.
I'm sure the Renegades will be busy with their own stuff that show. And I got Jazmin. Just you guys wait.
I like it. I like the confidence.
I like it. I like it too because Jazmin, she does have a chip on her shoulder. She was Mission Pro champion for a short time. And,
34 seconds.
34.
A mean 34 seconds?
A total 34 seconds before Holiday came in and cashed it and crashed her down.
She still has that, that small slimmer of a victory there. So, or sliver of victory. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, so you said you've been watching Mission Pro. There's also some people, on the May 14th show that you've competed in the ring against. Is there anyone that you have like your eye on, or anyone that you've been watching that you've been impressed with?
I honestly love Killian King. Sorry if I said her name wrong. She knows I mean no ill intentions. But I think she is such a phenomenal wrestler and deserves more opportunities. She's just a lovely person to be around, and I think like I would love to have another singles with her. I had one like months ago and it was so great. So I will definitely be watching her.
I think she's definitely one to watch. She just has gotten so much better. I already thought she was good, but over the last year, she's gotten even better. I don't even realize how that was possible, but she's just so good. And she's just racking up the belts as well everywhere she goes, which is crazy. But yeah, just such a talented lady. We love Kylan. We love her. She's the king. She's the mother effing king at Mission Pro.
Yes, ma'am.
Freddie asks, what match inspired you to get into the business? I like that, Freddie.
Ooh, I honestly don't have like an exact match, but like one that I always refer to of like this is why I love wrestling, is like Zack Sabre Jr. versus Prince Devitt at Progress.
Oh,
It's one of like my favorite matches to watch. And then I always refer to backyard wrestling because I absolutely love backyard wrestling. Um, so there's like a promotion called BXW, and there's a fatal four way that I always watch. I think it's one of their most viewed like videos. And it's one of the things that like made me fall back into like loving wrestling because there was a moment in time where I was like, I can't watch wrestling. It was just like I felt like I was analyzing everything
yeah.
and I couldn't just watch it to enjoy it. And then I fell down like the rabbit hole of backyard wrestling, and there's some really really good backyard matches, and they're so unpredictable that I'm like, oh my god, I can just watch this without having to be like, oh, this is happening next, this is happening
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, is that hard to like I feel like sometimes that's hard to separate work and studying that and like, taking in moves that you're like, "Oh, I really like that," and just enjoying it. And so how do you find that balance of like, I wanna just watch and enjoy versus like, "Oh, I'm gonna study this and like really kind of learn this, what's happening here?"
So I've learned that like if I'm watching my friends, I can really just zone out for a minute because I'm like, oh my god, they're doing so great, this and that and that and this. And then there's other times where I'm like, okay, now I'm going to sit down and watch this because I need new transitions. Oh, I want a new like match structure. And I usually know when I'm going to do that because I'm looking up like certain matches or people that I'm like, oh, they have really good ideas. Let me take from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there certain wrestler or certain matches that you go to like, okay, I need to study this match again, or I need to look at what this person is doing?
I definitely refer to like a lot of Joshi wrestling. I
Yeah.
just go on YouTube and we'll be like, okay, what do you guys got for me this week?
Yeah.
Um, they
I
just have
agree.
such a great mindset for wrestling and they're so creative too. So that's a lot of the time that's what I would go to. Or I'm a big fan of Millie McKenzie, so I am constantly watching her stuff. But she's also one of those people where like she can take me out of my studying mind for a minute and I can be like, oh my god, she's phenomenal.
Is that what inspired your new gear, the Joshi wrestling? 'Cause I feel like that is very Joshi inspired.
Yes,
Okay.
completely. Because that's definitely like what I look as like me enjoying wrestling. That's like the people I look up to. So I'm like, I'm going to take inspiration from you guys and make it into my own. So like I kept like the original design of my gear somewhat with like the straps on the legs and the one
Yes.
strap around the top. Oh, let me spice it up a little bit with some patterns, some sparkle.
I do love that about Joshi wrestling. Their
Mhm.
gear is very it's always different. It's always very unique. They've always come out with different kinds of patterns, whether it's like a little skirt or like one leg or something. I really enjoy Joshi wrestling as well. And I love watching their gear because I feel like it really is another extension of their character and their personality. And it's not just gear to them. It's just
Mhm.
it has a personality of its own. And that's why when I saw your gear, I was like, oh wow. I was like, and then when you mentioned the Joshi, I totally get it now. Absolutely. It's definitely I see it.
I'm gonna
Um,
have some new gear on the way soon. Ooh.
oh.
Oh, a little teaser for everyone. So I remember we spoke back in like September, I believe, of last year,
Mhm.
and you had so many incredible goals, and you were like looking ahead to 2022. Now that we're halfway through, and almost halfway through with 2022, which is hard to believe, you're gonna have your Mission Pro debut. You've wrestled. You just did 6 different shows, or had 6 matches this past weekend. You are on fire. Do you feel like 2022 has lived up to what you wanted it to be so far?
I've loved this year so much already, and I'm just ready for summer to hit and school be out because I've already talked to like some of my friends. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fly and train with you for the week, and then I'm gonna go here. And I was like, there's so many plans in the making, and I can't wait just to have that free time in my schedule. Because I've already been training so much. I had weightlifting today, and then I had a run around, and then I had this tonight, which It's lovely. I enjoy the company.
Is it hard? Because I know you're not the only wrestler we've spoken to. You know, you're balancing life, you're balancing wrestling, but you're also balancing school. Like, and of course, you also have to balance training as well. Get that in. But like, have you found your rhythm, or I mean, is it hard? Are you still finding a rhythm? Does it change every
Um,
year?
I think I've found like my rhythm, but that's thanks to like my parents are amazing. My mom helps me organize my schedule and
Mm,
really keep me on top of everything.
mhm.
And luckily, she's built really good skills into me. She's gone this week in Maine, handling some family stuff. But like, I literally have my schedule written out for the week. It's like, okay, I'm going to do boxing this day. I'm going to go to the chiropractor. Oh, I'm gonna go to weightlifting. Let's do this. Okay, this is the schoolwork I need to get done. I have like an hour or two this day to like knock this out.
Is it crazy though that you have such an advanced schedule for some of your age? And you know, when you know that kids are your age, probably at the movies, at out and about, doing all this other stuff, do you ever reflect on that and be like, man, I could be doing that, but I have to go to training?
There's like definitely times where I'm like, oh, I can't do this today or I can't go hang out with my friends. But in my mind, I was like, wrestling comes first. This is like the most important thing to me. Like, I chose wrestling over my prom. That happened like this weekend while I was gone running everywhere. But like, my friends were all so supportive. They're like, "Oh, here's pictures and stuff. I hope you're having a great time. Please kill it this weekend." And it's just great having that support system, and they really try to keep me included even though I'm not there.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I mean, it
That's
is hard,
amazing.
but I mean, you're like, no, I mean, you could be dancing and hurting your feet, but you're in the ring doing the same thing, right?
I
Yes,
mean,
ma'am.
Yeah.
either way, right? You're gonna have some fun. So I have to ask, you have the most adorable bunny, Thumper. And
Yes.
so how's Thumper doing?
Thumper is great. He's being a little grump. I was gone so long this weekend wrestling, and I come home and I get the cold shoulder. He's literally like not cuddled with me for the past 2 nights, and I was like, "Dang, you really must not like me right now." And when I made like dinner yesterday night, we had like carrots and stuff, so I stole two for him, and he was like, "Okay, cool, we can be chill now." And I was like, "Oh, I love you."
How long have you had your rabbit?
For about 2 years now.
Okay.
Yes, and he's so big. When I first got him, like, it popped up in my memories the other day, and he used to be so tiny, and I was like, "I have to be overfeeding you. You are so big."
That's okay. I feel like he needs to be fluffy and like, he needs to thump, so it's okay.
Yeah, fluffy and adorable. Thumper with the dumper.
I love that. Does he just roam around free, or do you have one of those giant rabbit balls?
So, I have a free roam bunny. He just
Okay.
runs around and does what he wants. Um, Most of the time, he is in my room because my mom's like, "Oh my god, where did he come from?" Just gets unexpected visits from him, and she's like, "It's fine, I just need a warning."
Yeah.
And the most adorable thing is seeing him, like, play chase with my dog. The dog will, like, chase the bunny, and you see Thumper run away, and then the next minute, the dog is running down the hallway, and you see Thumper just trailing behind. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so adorable."
That is cute. I had a chinchilla. He was a free roaming chinchilla until my roommate was like, he chewed on something and it was a wire. And I was like, oh, we're not doing that again.
Oh no.
Thumper, like, was in his phase of chewing wires, and we finally broke it, or so I thought. I came
Yeah.
home this weekend, and he chewed through the AC cord in my room, and I was like, "I'm going to kill you."
No.
Uh, he was doing so good too. I was so proud.
Yeah, we were talking before, and I think because he's lashing out at you. I think you were
Yeah.
talking too long,
The
and he's like, you know what?
rebellious
The one
child.
thing that will get mom mad is no
Yeah.
AC.
I'm
That's
just
So
so hot. Just
it.
burning up.
And every time she's sleeping and it's hot, she's going to think of me.
yeah, exactly.
I love it. Um, okay, Billy, we're going to go with some silly questions now, just really quickly.
Yay.
So we are all about the food. We are all about the snacks at Mission Pro. And in our Mission Pro house, we always have to have an assortment of snacks. But What is your go-to snack? Is it salty or sweet?
Ooh, I'm definitely like a sweet tooth.
Okay, what is your go-to sweet?
I love like the sweet ropes, like the sweet tart ropes. I
Oh,
have like a weird obsession with them, and my mom is like, "Do you want the strawberry or the watermelon?" And I'm like, "I want both."
okay.
You do both. You do both.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I found that when people like sweet, that is like we've only had one person say chocolate, but
Yeah.
everybody said like we've had Twizzlers, which are similar, and you had the sweet rope, and
Gummy
then
worms,
the
gummy
other
bears.
gummy bears, like something
Love
chewy.
gummy bears. Yes.
And then the other one, of course, was Sour Patch Kids. And then one of our fans sent us a giant box that we
Yeah.
had for months of Sour Patch Kids. And it was like, people like that chewy. I don't know.
It keeps
Is it a
us
nervous?
up on the long drives.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because I feel like chocolate melts too fast, and then with the
Yes.
chewy, you like work for it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's been a lot of sweet, but a really chewy
Yeah.
foods. That's probably what it is. I always think it's like my nervous habit. I'm just there like
Yeah.
chewing up.
Yes. Also that the anxiety kicks in, it's like, okay, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I need to do something.
So, Billy, another fun question for you. If you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, forever, what would it be?
Ooh. The Arden Jones album, I think it's called like Act 2 or something like that, Act 3. I love that album so much, and it's just been my newest addiction. There's like a song called Horror Story on it, and it's like played repeated in my Spotify.
Nice. All right. What is a song or songs that people would like, I guess not associated that you listen to maybe at the gym. Like we've had somebody say they listen to like Tori Amos to get them pumped up at the gym, which is so random. Or another person said they listen to love songs at the gym and that gets them motivated. What is a song or music in your phone that you would listen to get you pumped up that you is totally out of the norm?
Uh, I listened to like this song called Free Fall, and it's like one of the songs I immediately hear and I feel so energized and I'm like immediately pumped up. That's like the first song that I play when I get in my car and on the way to school. So I wake up and I was like, okay, it's time to go.
I love it. I mean, so what is your binge-worthy show right now that we should all be
Ooh,
watching with you?
You on Netflix. It's so good. So many twists and turns. And I like my schedule's so intense, but I ended up like binge watching it in the car rides. And it's like 3 seasons long and I finished it in 2 weeks because it was so good.
Wow, that's kind of the serial killer one, right?
Yes,
Are you
it's
into all that kind of dark crime? You know, I know
I'm
some people like
very
crime
like
podcasts.
true crime. I watch like this girl on YouTube who talks about like murder cases while doing her makeup. That's
I
one
do
of my
too.
favorite.
I follow her on TikTok.
I do too.
It's like the greatest thing to play in the background while like I'm driving and Mouse hates it. He was like, "You're just gonna grow up to be like a serial killer." I was like, "I'm not. Please don't put that on me."
It's so sad. I have Sirius XM and I don't know remember what I was changing channels just trying to find something and I found out that they had certain times of the week at night they had the HLN cold cases series but like basically the verbal it's like the TV show into the radio version basically and I'm like
Mhm.
oh my god I was like this is horrible so I was like I can't be listening to this with my kids in the car I was like
No.
oh man, they gotta go to another car because I gotta listen to this. I was like, who's driving them? Because
I mean,
I can't do that.
and Netflix keeps dropping all of these like real crime documentaries, and
Yes.
they're addicting. I can't watch them late at night. I have to like just only specific times of the day.
Yeah, I was watching one, it was the Madeline, I don't remember her last name, case the other day, and my brother was like, "This is so messed up. How can you watch this?" And I was like, "I'm too invested. I wanna know how it ends."
Yep. It's so sad. Some of these, like, there's that cold case one I think is like the guy has such a soothing voice. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go to bed to listening to him. It's the worst thing in the world, but man, that guy's voice just like it's like butter. I don't know. It's
It's
like
comforting.
it is so comforting. It shouldn't be that comforting for such horrible stuff. What I was going to ask you though before we let you go, what is your like your dream opponent, but at Mission Pro, like after out of all the roster, who's your dream opponent that you wanted to go after besides Kylan? Because we've said Kylan, but
Yes. There's so many like great wrestlers there that I haven't had like the opportunity to wrestle yet. I want to wrestle Holidead because I've never gotten the chance to be in the ring with her, and I feel like it would be a great opportunity. And she's a great, phenomenal women's wrestler.
she really is.
Yeah.
She does have the deadliest thighs in the game, though. She says that
That's
herself.
a fact.
And you never know what she'll bring out to the ring with her.
That's true.
So got to be careful of that as well. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled.
She has brought a bayonet to the ring because a fan gifted her a bayonet. So I have said it before and I'll say it again. Please do not give Holidead knives.
No. You'll see Mission Pro fans, they just give things giant, like 40 bags of Sour Patch Kids, bayonet things, machetes, like what, it's all over the place.
We have to cut it out at knives. No knives, guys.
No knives. Yeah, we like the support, but you gotta buy tickets and buy shirts.
Not knives. Don't bring
knives.
Knives. Because she comes out to the ring with them. We got referees dodging blades.
Yeah, it's all pretty. So speaking of shirts and merchandise, Billie, are you going to bring some with you? And where can people buy some of your merchandise?
Yeah.
I plan on trying to pack a small bag, but I will be very limited. But if you want to check out any of my merchandise, it's at bigstarksbrand.com. And it's also linked to my Twitter bio. And my Twitter is Billie Starkz, BILLIE, and then the Starks is STARKZ.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and jumping on for On a Mission, even with such a busy schedule. I can't wait for you to come to Mission Pro next Saturday.
Yes, I'm so excited.
You're going to have a busy weekend because you're coming from another show as well, but get well rested because I know Jazmin is going to put in the work and she's going to try to prove a point with you.
Yeah, and I'm just going to prove one back. This is my debut and I'm representing the Big Starkz brand and we have never lost.
There we go.
Yes, Billie, I love it. Much. Thank you so much, Billie.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Have a great night, and we will see you in a week and a half in Texas.
See you soon. Please be safe.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, she's so amazing. I love her. She's so incredibly grounded and so incredibly talented. I'm so excited to see her on May 14th take on Jazmin. It's going to be an incredible matchup. So if you guys have not gotten your tickets, go to missionprowrestling.net. You can stream it on Title Match Network. And remember, we're back in Conroe, Texas at Southern Star Brewery. So go enjoy. They have food trucks. They have delicious beer and a great community there outside. It will be some beautiful weather mid-May. And I can't wait to kind of enjoy the whole weekend with everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. Billie's going to be matching Jazmin's energy, as you can tell from this interview. So go, if you don't know a lot about Billie Starkz, go watch her matches. They are on YouTube. They are up on Fight TV, I believe, as well through GCW. So go check her out. Check out her body of work. It's amazing. And she's going to be bringing a fight to Jazmin Allure, who you guys know is just tiny but scrappy. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell right here on the Mission Pro YouTube channel. And also follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the places where you follow people. We'll be putting up more behind-the-scenes content on YouTube and on TikTok. So make sure you're there and you're subscribed.
Yeah, thank you all so much for joining us again for another On a Mission. Check all of our socials because we're going to have more announcements next week for some special guests throughout the week. So you don't want to miss that. Thank you, Melanie, again for joining us. And for everyone in the chat, see you next week.
Good night.
Good night.